I don't know how many times as an entrepreneur I have been asked by entrepreneurs, what is the one thing that we must have? Some people think it's money, some people think it's a very clear goal and vision, and all of these are very, very important. But there's something entrepreneurs need more than anyone else, and that's execution. You see, large corporations can make mistakes and momentum will take them on. But small firms, medium-sized firms, startups, entrepreneurial businesses can't afford to make those mistakes. So when I'm asked, what's the most important thing that an entrepreneur should have? I ask, why do you want to be an entrepreneur? Most people say, well, to make enough money. Most people say, to change the world. But I find, like Dan Sullivan said, that all of us entrepreneurs are pursuing 4 basic freedoms. We want to have the freedom of time to do things our way, to balance our lives, to have time to do the things that really matter to us. We want to have freedom of money, enough money to pay our bills and pursue the good things in life. We want to have freedom of relationships, to choose who our customers are, to choose who our spouses are, to choose, the quality of life we have with our children. And finally, we want to have a freedom of purpose. If you say, this is the reason I'm here, you want to be able to pursue that without making an apology or having to ask anyone for permission. So I think these are the 4 freedoms. It took me a long time to realize that these were the freedoms I was pursuing as an entrepreneur. Now, if you work for a corporate organization, you may have time, you may have money, but you don't really have the kind of control that you want. So, to achieve these 4 freedoms, the number one thing the entrepreneur needs more than anything else, and I'm not saying the others are not important, is to have a high impact team. You need the right people to work with you to execute flawlessly to get things done. If you can't find money to get anything done, how can you find money to do it again? And so having the right team, for me, what I like to call high impact team, is the most important thing to do. Otherwise, you will struggle unnecessarily, you will waste resources, you will likely burn out before you start achieving the things that you want to do. And the question now is, what makes a high impact team? I would like to look at them like the characteristics of high impact teams. Number 1 is significant objectives. You cannot get people to give you their best or to commit their time and energy or have skin in the game if the objectives you are pursuing are not significant. What is your massive transformative purpose? How are you intending to change the world? How do you intend to make a difference? When you have that, you can invite high value people to join your team. And that's what really, really moves them. And another thing you must get your team members to love and allow them to do is to participate in project mission planning. We live in a time and age where nobody wants to be told what to do. They want to feel that they participated in reaching what the group should be working on. So you can't have high impact teams if you don't make them a part of your mission planning process. You want to have individual members of the team that are skilled. When I started my career, I used to ask people, what's the difference between a team and a gang? Now, for me, a team is a coming together of people with skills needed complementarily to achieve an objective. And once you put this high-powered team together, you must trust your members to use their skills for the betterment of the team. And that's the other critical thing you will find about high-impact teams. They are committed to the success of the team more than their own success. They are willing to set their ego aside. They're willing to argue robustly at the planning phase. But once the group says, let's go, everyone commits to getting things done. You also find that they are very creative about problem solving. As the team leader, as the person who put the team together, make it a habit to give them the opportunity to solve problems, even if you know what you think the answer should be. And I dare say that sometimes you will be immensely amazed by what really comes out of it. Another thing about high impact teams is they know that they're made up of people. The leader of the team may have a down moment. That's not when the team sits back to say, well, our leader is off. No, they commit to the objectives in spite of the team leader. Once they've said, let's do this, that's what they do. So high impact teams are wonderful to have, but you must also give them the tools. When they have the tools, they have the skill, they have the environment, they have the right leader, they have the right corporate culture, and they know that success will be rewarded, and they know that the leader himself is an embodiment of the objective. What you have is a high impact team, and there's nothing that this team cannot achieve. So empowering leadership, significant objectives, rite of passage, meaning everyone has gone through what it takes to be there. When you have a team where team members are brought in because a leader wants them to come, or somebody is being done a favor without having gone through the coercion process, the training process, they become the weak link in the chain. So the rite of passage is important. Individual competence, quality relationship between team managers, tools to get the job done. Once you put all of this together, you will have a high impact team. As an entrepreneur, that is the one thing you cannot do without. Because without that, resources, whether it's equity or debt, whether it's rent or buildings, whether it's goals or plans, will never achieve their true objective. So I hope this has been helpful, but I'm available to talk some more about these qualities and go a little bit deeper at your convenience. Thank you, and I wish you well with building a high impact team. Bye for now.